told. The weather outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
Hello and welcome to Country with Celine. I am your host, Celine Shimarki, and today we are joined by a lovely Canadian herself, Miss LYDIA Sutherland.
I know they say you gotta love yourself before anybody else can. Turns out maybe all this time I just needed help with you. I come out of hiding through you. Every flaw is a diamond shining. I see what you see, and you're making me love you. You're making me love me.
LYDIA, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome, thank you. So first thing first, let's start off with your debut single, Love Me. Tell us the story behind it. Tell us why you wanted to release this song as your debut. Tell us all about it.
Love Me is pretty much the story of my life. I wrote it last November, my first trip to Calgary with one of my producers, Justin Cutting, and two of my good friends, Chris Yurchuk and Spencer Clark. And basically my whole life, people have been telling me, like, you have to love yourself before anybody else can. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer in Pinterest quotes, and that's like the go-to Pinterest quote, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought it was so heartbreaking because I have always been so insecure, and I have always like had so much trouble with self-love. And I thought it was so heartbreaking because I was like, I think I'm always kind of going to be insecure in some kind of way. And I think I deserve that kind of love too. And then I met a guy who, around him, I just like I didn't look at myself in the mirror too long, or I didn't overthink what I was wearing. I was just myself, and I felt good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Love Me came along. That's the story behind it. It's one of my favorite songs off the EP so far, I think.
Yeah, and a lot of girls can relate to that, even guys, because guys go through the same thing when it comes to like with girls and everything. But you know, you have to go through a handful of people before you find the right one. And once you find the right one and that's how you feel with them, that's how you know. That's exactly how you know. Yeah, I really love the song. And you know, it's not a slow song. It's like a good happy beat song at the same time. Like, good job on that. That was really smart for like keeping it like upbeat and not just the slow sappy song.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a ballad at first, but my producers, I'm like the queen of playing everything in the same tempo. Like, whatever I write will be a ballad or a mid-tempo, but my producers are legends and made it into a fun like little summer bop. So
yeah, it really was. It really was. Well, let's get to know you a little bit more. So tell everybody where you're from.
I am from Montreal, Quebec, or the area. I live like an hour outside of the city, so small town in the middle of nowhere, and I love it.
Yeah, you love it. Yes, Quebec and Ontarians, I feel like there's always that little feud that like goes on between us, but like it's all love at the same time.
All love.
It's all love. So tell us, what made you want to get into music? Were your parents involved with music? Did you grow up listening to like how did it happen?
I grew up with a musical family. Both of my grandparents are musicians themselves.
Awesome.
So yeah, my grandfather plays violin. My grandmother's a singer and a guitar player. So like I was introduced to country music literally, like I can't even remember when it clicked for me. It's just always been there. So yeah, introduced to it at a very young age, and I like listened to like Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, and like Shania Twain, and I was like, oh my God, like I want to be like them. And so I started like singing lessons at like 7 years old because my grandfather was just like, she always wants to sing, like please just set her free, do something. So yeah, I started super young.
Yeah, 7 years, that is pretty young, especially to be thrown into that, because usually when like you're younger, you always like test different classes. Like you'll go take karate, you'll find out if you like it or not, swimming, then kickboxing, music. Like usually most kids, they'll go to music lessons. Like I, for one, was one of them who went and then like wasn't a huge fan and then left and then tried something different. But that's nice that you went in it and you liked it and you figured out what you want to do from that.
I'm not gonna lie, I did try karate. I did do swimming, but I always stuck to music. Let's just say I wouldn't be a swimmer. No.
I mean, what kid hasn't been in swimming lessons?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like everybody's done it at least
yeah.
once.
And they
right?
made it to like some level, like level 4. I think that was like the highest I got. And then like you just, like, oh, that's it. I'll teach myself. It's okay. Shania Twain, honestly, I've gotten that by so many artists, and I love hearing that because Miss Shania Twain is the freaking queen. She really is. So let's just get into her. What's your favorite Shania Twain song?
Oof. I mean, my grandmother loved to play From This Moment. It's a classic, but like that was my grandmother's go-to, and it still is. Like she sings it all the time. So I feel like I'd have to say From This Moment, but You're Still the One hits different. Like Forever will be my number one.
Is that going to be your wedding song? Is that
I feel like, yeah, probably. Probably, I'd have to say.
yeah, that song, playing that. Are you like a listener to sad music at night? Do you do that? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Don't we all?
Surprisingly enough, my boyfriend does not do that at night. He hates listening to sad songs at night. I'm like, but it's so like relaxing, like, right?
Therapeutic.
It really is. And You're Still the One. I've listened to that song so many times at night, just driving and just thinking like it'd be a perfect wedding song. It really would.
I love it.
And you're from Montreal, Quebec. So Celine Dion, how about her? My name's Celine, so like I have to throw that out there. You a fan of her?
I do love her.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to her as well. I mean, like Shania and Celine are two classics. I love that I say it in French. I'm like,
Well,
Celine.
that's how you're supposed to say my name, and no one ever says it like that. So I appreciate you saying it like that too. Even though you're talking about Celine Dion, but like, even I say Celine.
Celine. Same.
It sounds so nice when you say it. It really does. You also released a French album. So do you speak fluent in French?
Yes, it is actually like my first language. And often people are surprised. I think I have an accent in English, but like you just heard it on English. I can't say English.
Yeah.
But I did release a first EP in French, like I think it was like 3 years ago already. And yeah, it was just to like dip my toes in, I guess. It's like the classic thing that people do here, like you release French music and then test the waters. And yeah, I guess I had to do it to figure out that I really wanted to make like new country English music.
I mean, what happens if you like take French and country and kind of like converse the two? I mean, that would be very interesting, don't you think?
It would. I think like a lot, and it's like a very undercover scene here because, and it's just starting to open up, but there is a lot of people that do French country music.
Really?
Like one of my good friends who's in like the same agency as me, LYDIA SUTHERLAND, is like the perfect definition of pop country, but in French.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to listen to this. I have to listen to
Send you a link. She is so good, but like it's like merging American to like French music. It's beautiful. I love it.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm really excited to hear this. And I'm sure a lot of other people are going to be like, ooh, that's interesting. I want to hear how that sounds too.
It's so fun.
So Lydia, what would you say would be like your go-to festival to ever get the chance to perform at?
Ooh, I feel like Boots and Hearts, right?
Everybody says that one. We gotta give it up for Boots and Hearts.
I love it. But there's also a new festival in Montreal that like keeps getting like pushed back because of COVID, but Lasso. And it sounds amazing. It's basically like Boots and Hearts, but in Montreal.
That's awesome.
And they had like such a sick lineup, like Mackenzie Porter, Runaway June, like Morgan Wallen, Harvey, everybody was playing.
So this was going to be, well, last year was supposed to be the first year for it.
And then this year was supposed to be the other one, and now it just got delayed to next.
Oh, shoot. That's so bummy. I know here, because that happened with like Boots and Hearts, and I'm sure you're well aware of it as well. Boots and Hearts got pushed back from last year to this year, and then now it got pushed back again. But they're doing this like spin-off festival called Endless Summer, where they're actually performing on August 6th and 7th, I believe. And they're having like a couple artists actually perform, and you can camp out. I'm like, they're like,
I'm to go to that.
pardon?
I'm going. One of my friends is playing the Emerging Artist Showcase. 2 of my friends, so I'm going to support.
No way. Okay, what's their names?
Mike Whiteside and Buck 20.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be a good time. That
Yeah.
is, yeah,
So,
especially to be surrounded by live music again because we've been away from it for
so
so long, like more
yeah.
than the States. The States actually started getting back into the groove of things fairly quickly, but up
Yeah.
here in Canada, it's been a slow process thanks to Trudeau. Very
Oh,
slow.
it's been a wild time, but also like fun fact, that's gonna be my first festival ever. I've never been.
You've never been to a festival?
I guess that's what happens when you're like from a small town an hour outside of the city.
Okay. You know what then? You should audition. Well, you should submit your music to the Emerging Artist Showcase for next year's Boots and Hearts. That's
I
what you should
feel
have.
like I should. Like
Yeah,
I saw my friends doing it this year and I was like, damn, I should have done it too. But
yeah.
yeah, I think I
Definitely.
will.
I know so many people who've actually submitted their stuff and they end up going on to perform like in front of like everybody at Boots and Hearts. And it's pretty crazy. And like to have that as like your first start is
It's
awesome.
crazy.
And the reward from that too, it's just like Warner Brothers Canada. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's
Yeah, it's a
honestly like
record
that.
deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got to do it. Honestly, take every opportunity that you can because you never know what door will be open. Like you never
Oh,
know who's actually going to be maybe at Boots and Hearts in the audience watching you and like come up to you afterwards and like say, "Hey, we want you to come and play in so and so or do this or do that." Like you never know what opportunity is going to rise, right?
oh yeah, it's a sick opportunity.
Yeah, you're gonna have a blast. Like I said, live music is back in Ontario and Quebec and across Canada, which is so nice. You're gonna have an awesome time. You gotta take pictures. You gotta like tell everybody how it was
Oh
and
yes.
just how the mask situation is and all that. Like we're curious to know.
It's gonna
Really,
be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so artists. Let's get into some artists. Who would you say would be like your number one artist to do a feature with, or like?
Oof, that's so tough. I'm like such a big fan of like so many. I'm very like I love writing. So songwriting is what I gravitate towards. I'd have to say like JP Sachs.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like that'd be so interesting. And I met him a few years back, like before he got his big break, and he was so fun and just the most talented and humble guy ever. So I'd have to say JP or like country Hardy go to. I love him.
He's
So
awesome. He's so good. Him and Morgan Wallen. I'm good.
so talented, insane writers.
Yeah. So you were just mentioning that you are a big fan of songwriting. So take us through the process. How do you come up with songs? How does ideas like come into your head?
Uh, I guess I'm such a sensitive person that it doesn't take much for me to feel a lot. Like, I really like when I write a song, I will milk the subject to like the max, where like it only takes one date, guys. It only takes one date and I'm gonna write a whole EP. Um, but yeah, I love just writing about my own experience. I think like before I was writing stuff I thought people wanted to hear, but I'm finding it more and more as I go that uh especially in country music, the fans love when you're authentic and when it's not perfect, like perfect. It's real and it's raw and it's your story, and a lot more people go through the same things as you than you think. So that's kind of how I get my inspiration. I mean, like I love songs about men. I just love writing about guys.
Taylor Swift over here. We got Taylor Swift over here.
She is one of the main reasons why I started music, so it does make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'd have to say I just like I take it from everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, Taylor Swift is such a talented songwriter like herself, so I can completely understand how you started pulling from her. And a lot of times, once you listen to a certain artist growing up, you get very influenced by how they sound or their songwriting skills, and you try to like incorporate that into your own, and that's what you were doing. And I mean, who doesn't like writing songs about guys? Come on.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
and who doesn't like to hear the songs about the guys? Like,
exactly. Like
yeah,
good or bad, like and the thing about country music especially is that it is storytelling. It
yeah,
is so, and you can be like you were saying as personal as you can because so many people that you don't even know can relate to it. So you can talk about the color blue in like a sentence, and someone out there will actually relate to the color blue, which is pretty
Crazy.
crazy how it is. Country music is gonna be really biased here, but it's the best.
Oh, I agree. I would have to agree.
Right. I mean, how can you not? Okay, so now let's play a little game, Lydia. I like to call Country with Celine rapid fire. So I'm gonna shoot you out a bunch of random questions and then just answer them, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, what is your favorite sport?
Okay. Phew, that's I'll say swimming.
Swimming?
I don't even know. I haven't done it in a while, but swimming.
Okay, how about watching? What is your favorite sport to watch?
I love football.
Okay.
I wouldn't play it, but I'd watch it.
So Montreal Alouettes, I said that correctly, right? Yeah. You're a
Yeah.
fan of them? Or no to the CFL.
I'll watch any kind of football.
Okay, that's fair. Your favorite place to travel?
I haven't been many places yet, but my favorite so far has been Calgary. I love the people there.
Oh, I would love to travel across Canada. That's like a huge goal. Canada's gorgeous. Like
It is.
especially BC. Like I'm sure you've seen pictures of British Columbia. Like
Oh yeah.
how is that even like real? Like really?
It's literally out of a Hallmark movie. It's insane.
It is. Okay, hot or cold?
Cold.
Are you serious? You would choose hot weather over cold weather? I mean cold weather over hot weather?
Yeah.
Oh, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I have issues. I do have issues, but cold.
Oh my God, I'm like mind blown right now. You were the first person to ever say cold. Okay then, Lydia, you are like crazy over here. Okay. What is your favorite saying?
My favorite saying.
Yeah.
Ugh. Probably like something along the lines of just like some kind of love yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Not love yourself before anybody else can, but some like love yourself.
Okay. That's like Kanye West. What's Kanye? Kanye West has a famous line that I love Kanye, or love yourself as much as Kanye loves Kanye. I think that yeah, that's it. I mean it's true though. You gotta put yourself first though. What is your Netflix binge?
I love The Walking Dead. I'm obsessed with The Walking Dead, and I've been getting, I guess it's like Disney Plus, but Criminal Minds. I got back into that lately.
Oh, okay. Any investigation like show? It's really like interesting.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
easy to get into because like you want to figure out who the killer is, right?
Yep.
And then the next one we got. Let's think of another one. Favorite movie?
Probably Grease. It's a classic, but I think I've watched it at least 100 times. It's a favorite.
Grease, Sandy, me, love. Absolutely love. And now Lydia, okay, let me ask you this question. Before 2021 is over, what is something that you wish to accomplish?
Ooh, just release as much music as I can, I guess, and keep writing for as many people as I can. I've been on a roll lately, and I really am liking where I'm at in my career. So.
Okay, so you just said that you're on a roll writing. So does that mean that you have new songs up your sleeve?
I do. I actually songwrite for other people more than myself.
Oh,
Which
that's
something a lot of people don't know yet, but I do write a lot for others.
oh,
So
that's
yeah.
awesome. I mean, all of you guys are so intertwined. Like
Yeah.
so all you guys artists are so intertwined. It's so interesting and it's so fascinating because I've been thinking that like Luke Combs' biggest song, well, I don't know if it's his biggest song right now, but like When It Rains It Pours, I always thought that was his song. I'm like, that was not his song. Someone else wrote that song for him. It's really like, you know, you guys are also talented. What can I say? You guys are also talented. But how about for yourself? Will you be releasing like another song that like you've written soon?
Yeah, I actually have I recorded 2 songs last time I was in Calgary. So one of them was Love Me, and we have another release planned for this fall.
Oh, Okay, awesome. I'm excited to hear that, and I'm sure all of your fans are gonna be excited too.
I'm stoked. It's such a fun song. I'm stoked.
So it's upbeat, I'm guessing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Surprising.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. No, I can't wait to hear it. We need as many upbeat songs as we can get. Honestly, like there's so many sad songs out there, and I'm not dissing them. We all love sad songs. Who doesn't? But like in times like these, you just need upbeat that make you smile, make you happy type of song. So we're
Oh, yeah.
excited for that. Well, thank you, Lydia, for joining me today on Country with Celine. It was so nice chatting with you. I loved our conversation. It was so all over the place, but it was so fun. Everyone, please go stream Love Me Now. It is out by Lydia Sutherland. Lydia, thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know they say you gotta love yourself before anybody else can. Turns out maybe all this time I just needed help. With you I come out of hiding. Through you every flaw is a diamond.